we have a...
The Hangout is on air, is live. I never read that correctly.
I'm gonna take my shirt off and get us banned. Oh wait,
no, what are you doing? Stop!
This isn't Twitch. I'm not gonna get banned for that.
No, stop it. Stop it. You stop it right now. Okay. Anyway, hey, welcome to OCR Talkback. We're back. Talkback is back.
Back to the Talkback.
Back to the Talkback. Back to back. Spin it on the track.
Yeah, let's talk back.
Back to back on the. That's a Sonic Rush song. It's
yes,
so
it
good.
is.
So this is actually the 50th episode of Talkback. It's OCR Talkback number 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can see the title of it is OCR Talkback number 50, Son of Talkback. So
we've got so many special guests lined up. It's like one of those.
No, we don't. We don't have any special guests lined up. We don't have any viewers right now either. We're just doing this. So yeah, let's see.
Yeah, get me a link so I can send it to people.
I will post a link for you right here in the chat. That's the YouTube link. That's the
Yay!
So let me actually open that. We actually do have some questions. I don't think the viewer count is actually working, but we are on the air.
Or maybe we just don't have anybody watching.
Yeah.
Maybe nobody's watching. I don't know. But in any case, I did get a question. We did get a question from Zach Shatley. Let's wait a little before we answer it. But let's start like we always start. What are you guys listening to? What VGM are you guys listening to? If you're not listening to VGM, what else are you listening to? What's going on?
Let's start with Hack.
Yeah, Hack. What are you guys listening to, man?
Well, as you may or may not know, I'm right now in charge of Dwelling of Duel's social media.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're having SNK month, and I've been listening to a lot of SNK soundtracks. Metal Slug, Fatal Fury, King of Fighters.
Any Samurai Showdown?
I haven't gotten to it yet. But we have a huge list of soundtracks. We're very active on Facebook and Twitter, posting stuff for people to cover.
I'm hoping for some Samurai Showdown. Samurai Showdown is.
Yeah, I think we posted about it, but
yeah.
I wasn't the one who posted. Strifing posted something.
Yeah.
But and also Neo Turf Masters, the golf game. It has such a great soundtrack.
Neo Turf Masters. Is that for Neo Geo or?
Neo Geo, yes.
Yeah.
I never heard about it before, but the soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah.
I found a lot of this. Anything made for the Neo Geo Super System has a great sample quality, for the most part.
Yeah, it's.
I think it had both sample playback and FM synths. So
it's it is very arcade. Like the majority of the arcade games that I have listened to from was it MD Scene, which is arcade VGM rips. I have a combination of live sampling and FM, and it always sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
But that's awesome, man. I am listening to. I'm actually finishing up. Not VGM, but I'm listening to the audiobook version of The Disaster Artist by Greg Sestero, detailing the behind-the-scenes making of The Room.
Yes.
And it is amazing. It is such an interesting book.
Yeah, my brother read it. He said it's really good.
Yeah, I highly recommend it, especially the Audible version. It's really engaging. He does a very...
Does he narrate it himself?
Greg Sestero narrates it, and he does a very good impersonation of Tommy Wiseau.
Nice.
And just listening to his chronicling not only of The Room, but his friendship with Tommy, as well as his make-or-break acting career, basically, it's detailing his whole professional life as an actor.
Interesting.
It's just really good. But besides that, I've been listening to a lot of Pokemon again because I'm working on a Overclocked University power medley of Pokemon battle themes ranging across all 6 generations.
Is that for Spring Break or?
No, Spring Break is something different entirely. Also, hi, Will.
Hey, Will.
This is going to be for either the 2nd or 3rd album, but it's definitely going to be performed at Con Bravo, which we just announced a performance at.
Yay!
Yay!
OCU is going international.
Yeah. Oh, first Canadian OCR presence, period.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's true also.
Hopefully not the last.
Hopefully
No, I
not the last.
sincerely hope not, and I hope we don't get kicked out of the country because that's where my wife is from.
Yeah.
I can't come to Christmas because I'm not allowed in
I'm
your
not
country.
allowed in Canada anymore. Will, what are you listening to, man? Anything good? Anything cool?
No.
He said no.
Does
Okay.
Shovel Knight? Yeah.
Shovel Knight counts? You listening to Shovel Knight? Shovel Knight counts.
Yeah.
It's a modern classic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, what have I been listening to? It's been like almost 6 weeks since we had a talkback because of like conventions
And
and then
Magfest.
like Magfest, yeah, and like social life, and I've just been busy, and Larry's been busy, so we haven't had a chance to do a talkback since in this year. Actually, I think this is the first talkback of 2015. Honestly,
Yeah.
crazy.
Hello.
But hey, Ken, thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, you're welcome. Well, thank you for having me.
Awesome. So I've been listening to a lot of different stuff past couple weeks, but I can't remember any of it.
You're so good at your show, Sharik.
I know I'm so bad at this show. No, I've been listening to like a lot of fighting game stuff.
Planning for Apex 2016.
Right.
Yeah, for Apex and also for like CEO. We have a CEO album coming up
yeah.
for Community Effort Orlando, which is going to be really awesome. Listening to a lot of. I was listening to the Gran Turismo 5 soundtrack, which is absolutely gorgeous. I've actually I got into this show, Steven Universe. I'm watching this cartoon.
Oh
Steven
yeah,
Universe.
I was talking about that earlier today with a bunch of other nerd friends.
Do you watch that show, Steven?
I do. I got Sling TV not too long ago, the Dish Network's internet-only TV subscription service, and one of the network channels is Cartoon Network, and they had like a 3-hour block of Steven Universe. I'm like, what is this? This reminds me of Dexter's Lab, only with superheroes.
It's amazing, and
It's
the
really
music.
good.
The music is by Ivy and Surashu, who are, they do a lot of video game stuff, and I think they did the soundtrack for their Kickstarter game Cryomore, but they do the music for the show, and the show has the soundtrack for the show has a very kind of like VGM identity. There's a lot of like chip stuff in it, and a lot of really nice piano stuff. I think there's the piano, and it's very good, and the show kind of like feels like a video game. So if you're a fan of VGM, check out Ivy and Surashu's SoundCloud, and you can find they post a lot of tracks from Steven Universe on that SoundCloud. So I've been listening to a lot of that, just tons of like remixes, like the Apex album. I was listening to that a lot. Everyone's tracks were really good on that. I've also been listening to 7 songs from Seven Saga.
Oh, of course, Sebastian's album.
Sebastian's all cello album that OCR put out. It's amazing. It's so good, and you just put it on, and you just like you can do any. You just it's perfect background music for anything. I have it on it.
Iros.
What's that?
It's Iros.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing, and the videos. When you watch the videos, they're just really fun to see the music just sort of play out and follow along with the staff notation and everything. It's really awesome. So I've been listening to that a lot. Tons of stuff, tons of stuff. Ken, what are you listening to lately, VGM wise?
I've been not a whole lot, unfortunately. I've been really kind of bogged down with a whole bunch of different things. So, sad but true.
Okay, well, give me a second. All right, so...
No.
No?
No. No, my Windows XP installation will not tolerate your tardiness.
What are you installing Windows XP on?
Oh, right. I'm actually circa 2010 netbook Toshiba installing a fresh installation of Windows XP onto,
nice.
weirdly enough, an SSD.
Nice.
Is that a Toshiba satellite?
No, it's an NB255 N250. It doesn't have like its own line. It has the lowest resolution webcam I've ever used, the lowest quality microphone I've ever used, and it's just it's not powerful enough to run any YouTube video higher resolution than 480.
So you're turning that into a media server, right? Is that what's
I am
happening?
actually turning this into a writing computer, something that is distraction-free so that I can only force myself to write.
That's
Like-
not a bad idea.
Good idea.
Interesting.
I like how your image when you come up it says HD in it though.
Well, I'm not on the computer now. No, it's in my hands, or rather, resting on my keyboard. But no, I'm doing this because I mean, all of you know, like when you get on a computer and you're gonna make music or you're gonna edit video, there's so many distractions. Anything that's powerful enough to render audio or render video is probably powerful enough to distract the hell out of you.
Yeah.
So for just sake for experiments, I'm giving it very low hard drive space, which is the SSD, an older operating system that can barely do anything anymore on a low-spec computer, and we'll see what happens.
Man,
You know what you should install on there?
I'm still using XP, Windows XP, so
I mean,
I do a lot of it still.
you want me to install Linux, Shark?
No, I want you to install WinGroove on there.
WinGroove.
Is that the time management program?
WinGroove? No, WinGroove is an old wavetable emulator. It
Oh,
replaced
no.
the MIDI driver with like all these like different samples, and that's what I used to use to write music. I had like Music Time Deluxe, which was a MIDI writing program, and then WinGroove, which I used instead of my regular MIDI thing. And the thing about WinGroove was it played through your wave out, so you could convert your MIDIs to MP3 to waves, and then convert them to MP3s.
This software is so old.
I know.
There's no homepage for it. The only page that has it is the Internet Archive.
Yeah, WinGroove. I can send it to you. I have it.
Okay. Yes, please email it to me.
I will send it to you. And the thing is, you can't install WinGroove on newer computers. The last operating system it works with is Windows XP because the installer, not the application, but the installer application for WinGroove is 16-bit. And with Vista on, Microsoft removed the 16-bit subsystem from Windows operating systems. So you can only install it on XP and earlier.
Oh, wow.
It works. If you can figure out a way to install it on Vista and above, it will work because the application itself is 32-bit, but the installer is 16-bit, so you can't actually install it.
I should install some tracking software like Scream Tracker and whatnot.
Yeah. Make it like a retro music maker or something.
And totally
also
distract
install
myself.
Also install Cold Shadow on it and just play Cold Shadow.
Wow. I did not imagine having this kind of a tangent.
Oh, yeah.
No,
What questions do we
really
have?
want to go old school.
Speaking of Cold Shadow has amazing music. Let's bring it back, loop it back around. By Michael Giacchino, who did all those crazy movie soundtracks and stuff.
I highly recommend installing Trade Wars 2002.
I will install every single clone of Scorched Earth I can find.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
There you go. All right.
Tank Wars and on.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hit some
eat
questions.
worms?
Let's hit some questions from the Twitter. Zach Shatley asks, I'm assuming you've been prowling the Recruit and Collab forum. Anything catch your eye for potential? I haven't actually been trolling the Recruit Collab forum. I probably should check it out a little bit. Let's see what's going on in there. Have you guys seen any interesting projects in the works at OC Remix?
Well, I'm running a PS1.
Sure, I visit the webpage every day still and post actively on the forums.
Yeah.
I'm in no way going to the site right now to look.
Yeah. Okay. So
Everyone is good.
one of the things that I am actually running is I mentioned this before earlier in Talkback, but we're doing due to the success of our Apex albums that we've been doing for the Apex tournament series, we actually got approached by Alex Jabali over. He organizes the Community Effort Orlando gaming tournament. It's a big fighting game tournament down in Florida, and we are actually doing the official album for CEO 2015, which is very exciting. So Jarrell and I are actually going to go down there and have a table. We're going to promote the site and sell merch and stuff. It's going to be really cool. But I am still looking for people to do remixes for this album. It's all fighting game remixes. There is a thread in the Recruit and Collaborate forum on Overclock Remix, so make sure you check it out if you're a remixer and you want to get involved. And another thing I'm planning on doing, is if you're a remixer and you're on this album, if you have original albums that you want to sell, if you have like some CDs or if you have like download codes or something, you can provide those to us, and we will actually, when we have our table down at CEO, we will promote and sell your albums down there and make sure you get the sale. So if you want to be on this album, this is a good way to promote yourself. It's a good way to help out OCR and promote OCR. Fighting game music is really awesome, and we need more remixes of fighting games and stuff. So make sure you check it out. There's a lot of really cool games. Street Fighter, obviously, is in Smash. There's Persona 4 Ultimax, which is there. So
Samurai Showdown.
No Samurai Showdown, unfortunately. There hasn't been a new Samurai Showdown game in a while. And
How about Revengers of Vengeance?
No. I think what we need to do, Steve-O, is we need to organize a fighting game tournament with all just really shitty fighting games that we always play. That we always play at our panels.
Yes,
so it's like Shaq Fu, Revengers of Vengeance.
Get on Top.
Street Fighter 1. We did Street Fighter 1 at PAX East, which was awesome.
I saw that. I was so jealous. That's a great pick.
What'd you say, Ken?
I said there's a Sega CD one that's pretty big. It's the one where you go back, like travel all through different periods of time.
Oh, Time Killers?
No. Hold on.
Is that a fighting game?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I quickly ask something about the CEO thread?
Yes, please.
It says Guilty Gear, and is Sign a remixer?
No. Sign is the name of the game. Guilty Gear.
Oh, okay. I like Guilty Gear. I'll have a look at one of the.
All right, thanks, Will. That's awesome. A couple other things that are happening. Let's actually go through and see what's happening.
Eternal Champions. That's
Eternal Champions. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, the music for that is also great, but there's the regular Genesis port too.
Yeah.
So let's see what else is happening on the Recruit and Collaborate forum. We've got there's a Shonen Jump remix album that Cosmic Sounds is running, which is all remixes of music from games that are based on Shonen Jump animes like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and stuff. There's Ignoring the Crash, an NES tribute album, which is looking to be pretty cool. Garpocalypse is running a Streets of Rage album. There's recruitment going on for Mystical Ninja 64 remix album, so if you like Goemon...
I just posted in that even if I can't get behind it, because Mystical Ninja 64 is just... It is one of the most underrated soundtracks of the entire N64 library, probably in my top 50 soundtracks of all time.
Let's see, Hockstock is actually running a PS1 20th anniversary album, so he's recruiting for that.
I'm going to definitely push the SD3 website request.
Oh, yeah.
Because
we're
done.
Website.
We're ready to go. We just have to get through evals and get that website.
Yeah, we might be able to do something internally with that. But Ivan, why don't you talk a little bit about the PS1 album that you're planning?
Yeah, PS1 is like the best console ever with the best music.
In no way, shape, or form glorifying something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm running the album. I think we have 16 or 17 songs, claims right now, and maybe 1 or 2 songs are done already.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, PS1. We're avoiding the more known games like Final Fantasies, Chrono Cross, Xenogears. Yeah, so less known games with 0 or barely any remixes on OCR. Yeah, I guess that's all.
You gonna get Tomba remixes?
I think actually someone claimed no, they haven't. But
you have to include this game. As terrible as it is, you have to include it. Countdown Vampires.
How did you get that,
Huh?
How did you get that little blurb with the link in it?
What little blurb? I'm confused.
Above your name. Never mind.
It's in the group chat, bro.
So
the YouTubes can't see that, can they?
No, but I mentioned the name Countdown Vampires, which is the shittiest Bandai ripoff of Resident Evil ever.
Okay, but is
Well,
the music good?
I don't even know. I can't remember anymore. I've blocked the whole game out of my memory.
If it's PS1, if it's not a port, then it goes. The only
It's not.
exception.
It is a PS1 only.
The only exception is Tekken.
Tekken.
Because Tekken
Because you
is
like Tekken.
Tekken, no, it's like the most defining game on the console. I mean, everyone I know who owned the PS1 owned Tekken. Everyone played it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
It's it's a game that marked the console among the games. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're seeing on. That's what I'm seeing on Recruit and Collab. So there's a lot of stuff going on Recruit and Collab. If you are interested in getting involved with OC Remix, hit it up. Check out the Recruit and Collab forum. There's a lot of people looking for a lot of help with a lot of different things.
I cannot stress this enough. Join albums, even if you don't think your abilities are that good, because other people on the album are going to help you.
Yeah.
And you're going to hit that.
And
That's
if
how
you
I.
suck, if
I
you
kept
suck
trying
so
to play
bad, they
every
will
album.
kick you off.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
No, I'd only kick someone if they don't follow the deadlines, but the quality of the music, yeah, with proper help, anyone can sound good. So, no reason to reject
Very
you.
good advice. Very good advice.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of comments on YouTube that people are making. A commenter guy says, hey man.
Hey!
David Schmavid says, been a while. It has been a while.
Yeah.
I know, I'm a little dusty.
Leon Good says, can y'all do a remix of Speed Highway from Sonic Adventure?
Is there already?
I think we have one already, right?
Mhm.
It sounds
I would
familiar.
assume so. It's a popular enough song.
Yeah. Is Chaos Nightmares? Open Your Heart. No, that's Open Your Heart. I'm looking right now. I don't think I see one, but if you have a request for remixes that you want to see on OC Remix, best way to get that, let people know is hit up the request forum on Overclock Remix. Go to the forums. There's a section called Requests, and then just post that you want to see that there. That's the best way to do it. Or hey, let's get a remix of Speed Highway. Someone, come on.
It's called something else, perhaps.
I have too much on my plate right now.
Yeah.
So if I had done there every single time I said that.
Yeah.
So Carl, veteran commenter on Talkback, HLRXX Carl says, "Really, you guys choose to go live right when I finally decide to open FL Studio over once? Sorry, bro.
You should
We can guide
remix the
you.
Hangouts.
remix to Hangouts. Here, we're gonna provide you. If you have FL Studio open right now and you're listening to us, we're gonna let me give you a beat that you can sort of jam over. So all right, that's good. So just sample that, and you can use that in a remix. Ghost Shadow 661 says, "Man, I would love to hear in the future some music from Rayman 2: The Great Escape. The Versus Razorbeard theme and The Precipice are awesome tracks that need some more love."
Rayman 2 has some great tracks.
I'm not really familiar with Rayman 2.
All the Rayman series has just incredible music. There is not a game that has a bad soundtrack.
I had Rayman. I had the first Rayman game for PC, and I thought it was awesome. The music was really good because it was like Red Book audio.
Yeah.
So it was really, really awesome music, and I really liked it a lot. And then I didn't really play Rayman games until Rayman Origins.
Yep.
Or like one of those. Origins or Legends, one of those. But yeah, the music in Rayman games is just like, it's absurd. That's a really high pedigree.
I really like about the Rayman, at least Rayman 2. I don't know if the other Rayman games were like this, but they had very long levels, and the music evolved with the level rather than sort of, it wasn't just a loop that went on and on and on. As you went to different parts, the music sort of changed up, sort of like how what's the word? How the music would change in Super Mario World, when Yoshi appeared on.
Oh yeah. You got Yoshi, you get the bongos and stuff.
And I remember it got more intensive if you fought an enemy.
Yeah. What I really like, you get these levels in Rayman Legends and late Rayman Origins, where it's basically like a rhythm game, where like you're just running, and then like there's this really awesome music track playing, and then you sort of have to like jump over obstacles and slide
And
under
it's all
obstacles.
to the beat.
It's all to the beat. It's all to the rhythm of whatever song you're playing. So there's actually one level which is amazing. It's a mariachi version of Eye of the Tiger.
Oh yeah, and then yep. They
No,
also
it's
have one
so
that's
good.
an arrangement of Black Betty,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
also great.
Yeah, the mariachi Eye of the Tiger though is insane. It's so good, and you just really get into it because it's a perfect blend of like the music and the game, and it doesn't I don't really like playing a lot of rhythm games personally because I feel like rhythm games are kind of just like press this button to the rhythm, and that's all there really is to it. But
Right.
when you have something like Rayman where it's like, oh, this is a platformer and there's branching paths, and I'm actually playing Rayman, but then I have to, sort of integrate that sort of musical thing into it, that feels like a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually got to duck out. I will catch you guys later.
Oh, okay. Bye, Steve-O.
Steve-O.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
So, Ghost Shadow, I would love to see some more Rayman tracks on OCR, because Rayman's really, 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 really good. So, yeah.
What's that?
hopefully-
Rayman 2. It's the Century of Fire and Ice, is it? That's a really good.
Fire and
There's a
Earth.
song in there that I've been wanting to remix for ages, so I might do that one day.
So what? The
My-
level theme or the boss theme?
Hmm?
Because the boss theme is also awesome on that level.
I don't remember the boss theme,
Can
it's
you
not
say
the boss
something?
stage theme.
Yeah, I was gonna say that my introduction to Rayman was actually through the Raving Rabbids games.
Oh, really, really?
The party games.
Okay.
I've heard
Which
that a
actually
lot of
were really
people
good.
like those games.
What's that?
I've heard that a lot of people get really annoyed with the rabbits. I don't know, just what I've heard.
I didn't really like the rabbits. It was interesting because like the rabbits were introduced in Rayman 2, I think, right? And
no,
then like they got
Three,
really
Rayman 3.
No rabbits in Rayman 2.
No.
kids more, and then like they got their own game, and like it was this big thing. But I don't know. I felt like it was kind of taking like I think the reason people were upset was it was taking focus away from Rayman, and people wanted more Rayman games and not Rabbids games. But I don't know. That's just conjecture. I have no data to back that up.
Right.
So let's go back to Twitter. Phoenix Down asks, if you could produce any kind of VGM concert, what kind would it be, and what games would you feature? I like this one. It's good. Ivan, what do you got?
I do a Chrono Cross Unplugged album. Concert.
Concert.
Yeah, concert.
Chrono Cross Unplugged. Very cool.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
mostly like guitar stuff.
A few acoustic guitars, some percussion, and piano maybe.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I think it will be perfect to have Chrono Cross played like that.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
Well, orchestra. Maybe a Celtic group. That'd be
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
A taiko drum group would be cool.
Well, what games though?
Yeah. Well, I'm a bit partial to Zelda.
Okay.
So Zelda, Final Fantasy IX, of which there's a project coming out. I'm always going to plug that.
Yeah.
It's been coming out for like 2
You
years.
don't really need to plug. I mean, you don't really need to plug
generating hype
it
for
because
it.
like there's nothing that people can check out right now, and there's nothing
I
that
know.
people can do to make it come out faster.
No, I know. I'm just generating hype,
I guess.
sort
I
of.
don't know.
Eh. Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what else. Ooh, no, a Mega Man orchestral concert would be awesome.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. Will, what about you? Any kind of concert series? If you could like design like a OCR, not an OCR, but a concert series, museum concert series. Hey, it's Larry.
Oh,
That's right, baby.
What's up, dog?
Hola, hola.
Larry.
Chillin', what's going on?
Yeah.
What'd I miss?
Steve-O was here. We were talking about Rayman for a while. We were talking about old MIDI stuff. It was cool.
I know Jack about Rayman, but
Yeah.
cool.
Good music. Good music. Right now, the question is, if you could produce any kind of VGM concert, what kind would it be, and what game could you feature? And I was going to Will for the answer right now.
Go ahead, Will.
Larry will like my answer. I want to see a Tim Follin-based concert with music of Tim Follin.
That would be good.
I think that because Tim Follin for me is one of the
Legend.
I hate not just a legend, but he's not very sort of you know, when you look at the other composers, he's kind of a bit, you know, obscure.
He's not really as celebrated as other composers.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And it would be nice to have a concert just to sort of, you know, show people how good his music is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one other thing about his career that he's talked about is that, you know, he's done some orchestral type work, but a lot of the times he hasn't been able to get budgets to do, you know, like live orchestral work. So I'm sure it'd be a thrill for him to have an orchestra perform his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just copying Will's answer.
You're just gonna copy Will's answer?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I would like to see kind of like I would love to see like a chamber music concert series where you know, instead of going and watching like people perform on like a stage, maybe go to like a gallery and then like you have art, like all fan art of like the different games that are featured, and then you have like a chamber group, like maybe like a string quartet. Yeah, like a string quartet or like a woodwind quintet or something, playing music from those games. And some of the games I think I would like to see tackled that way are Final Fantasy IV Heroes of Light and like Bravely Default. I think that would be really cool. Especially for Heroes of Light. That's one of my favorite soundtracks, and it was really interesting. It had a really chippy kind of sound, but I think it would really lend itself well to chamber music and chamber groups. And maybe like different, not just a string quartet or like a woodwind quintet, but also maybe like a brass quintet and like just different kinds of small groups played in kind of a gallery setting. I think that would be really cool. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just RPG music either. We could like, you know, you could do like, oh, let's do like Sonic or you know, or Mega Man or you know, some more obscure games or something. But rather than kind of like everyone go to like a theater and like watch the group up on stage, it's kind of like a more intimate kind of thing where you're walking around and you're listening to the music and stuff. That'd be really cool, I think.
Well, it sounds cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we should do it. We should like OCR
do
presents, like, and like make it like super classy. Like
I mean,
if you want to
just
attend, you have to dress up nice and you know. I don't know.
I mean, just hire Triforce Quartet to go play somewhere, and that's done.
Yeah, I guess. Super
They're
Guitar
really
Brothers.
good. They also have
Super
a fit.
Guitar Brothers, Triforce Quartet. There needs to be like a VGM brass quintet or something. I would love to see a brass quintet. Because there's these in Japan they have the Dragon Quest albums. The brass quintet plays Dragon Quest, and they're really, really good. I was in a brass quintet in high school for a little while. It was really fun. I like the sound of it.
Hey, cool, man. Look at Yawn Rock right there.
It's late for him, man. He's up late.
Yeah, it's late for him, dude. Jeez, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of British people, did anybody congratulate Fishy for that BAFTA, that Alien Isolation?
Oh yeah,
BAFTA action.
I'm far too jealous for that.
I didn't know about it at all.
Yeah, well, you know, Creative Assembly hit makers, you know, so they got audio BAFTA for Alien Isolation. So and Kane got to share in some of that victory. So congrats, doing some big things.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anybody here play it? Because I don't play any games, so.
I have not played it.
Me neither.
You guys aren't fans of
I have
scary.
not played.
Y'all are scared of scary games.
I do not do well with scary games. I will be completely honest. I don't like horror games. I get very. I'm not good with scary games, and I'm not good with scary movies. It doesn't. I just don't like. It just makes me uneasy, and I don't get into them. I've never played a Resident Evil game, which surprises a lot of people. Never played Silent Hill or any scary games. I'm not into them at all. The scariest I'll go is like BioShock. BioShock is really scary in the beginning, but then like you have more agency. You can kill a lot more. So you can fight back a little bit more. But other games like I tried playing Dead Space.
Oh, dude,
Dead Space is like, ugh.
Oh, that's some scary.
It's like super horror, and it gets very gory, and I'm not into it.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I know. Oh, go ahead, Will.
Sorry, I was just saying, I don't really play scary games, but there is one game I have played, and that's Amnesia, and that's just because I heard how scary it was, and yeah.
Dude, the scariest part of Amnesia, like I played the first one, Dark Descent. So the thing is, I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of evil stuff around you. So you're just it's so you're solitary for so much of it that when anything happens, you get absolutely freaking wigged out. So yeah, sometimes maybe that works the same way in Alien Isolation. Like just there's only one enemy, so
I think the best thing about Amnesia is that when you open up the game, it says, in order to get the best experience from the game,
play on
headphones and turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights, yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to get evil.
It worked. It worked really well, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you guys? Are you guys okay with scary games? Are you like me and you're just a big like scaredy cat?
Last scary game I played was Silent Hill 4, The Room, back in like 2006, 2007. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of scary games.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
What put you up to it, though? Why did you try it?
Well, my brother and sister are like huge fans of Resident Evil and Silent Hill.
Oh yeah.
All the games, and I couldn't. I don't like them.
You know what game's really scary?
What?
Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying. No, Echo the Dolphin is like.
No, I'm laughing because it's so true.
It's so true, right? Like like Tides of Time is like, oh, that is some like nightmare fuel.
That's really disturbing crap right there.
Yeah, like, Tides of Time because there's like all the alien stuff and like it's like something out of an H.R. Giger like drawing. It's crazy. I'm not even exaggerating. It's so like freaky.
Awesome. I know that. So a couple of years ago at PAX Prime, Dale North did a panel about horror, video games and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember sitting in on that. We went to that one.
Yeah, and it was, and what's just funny enough is just, he does so much R&B and stuff like that. Now I just want to hear him do something for just a survival horror game or something crazy, or like Corpse Party, but Dale North R&B,
like Peebo Bryson, 90s, 90s Disney pop version of the song from the animated movie.
That'd be awesome. Just for the disconnect, I want to hear him do that. What's going on the question tip?
Zach Shatley asks, doesn't Jeff Ball perform the strings for Steven Universe? Yes, he does. We were talking about Steven Universe earlier, Larry. I recently got into this show, Steven Universe. Maya got me into it. She was like, hey, you got to watch this. So I was watching Steven Universe. And
it's a good show, man.
It's really good. And Ivy and Sarashu do the music for it, and it has a really VGM kind of quality to it. Like a lot of chippy stuff I was saying. But yeah, Jeff Ball does the strings for the for Steven Universe in some songs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I mean that's awesome, and that on their SoundCloud, Ivy and Sarashu have a lot of the music up from the like they're putting it up right when the shows come out and everything like that. I'm kind of wondering why they don't get to sell it or it's always complicated, but come on, Turner, let's make it happen, bro.
Will, you gotta go. Thanks for joining us tonight.
No worries.
Take care. Get some rest.
Rest up, bro. But yeah, it's a good show.
Bye.
I will rock. You rock.
So
He
yeah,
rocks,
that's the thing that's happening. Let's see.
Steven Universe is a tight show, though. My wife and I have seen, maybe like 3 or 4 episodes. I've seen like 3 or 4 episodes. I don't have cable. I don't have anything. But whenever I travel, like I went to a work conference, and I was just kicking back in the hotel, and I knew they did the music for it, so that made me want to check it out and see how everything was working. Luckily, they had a marathon on, so I caught quite a number of episodes. It was pretty sweet. good
really
stuff.
Good show. It's very sophisticated. It's a lot more sophisticated than it seems on the surface. But yeah, Steven Universe, watch it. Zach Shatley asking a lot of questions tonight. He asks, "Hey, Dark Sword, have you heard anything from FlexStyle recently about the Super Mario Brothers map theme project?" Yes, I have actually.
Have you?
Have I?
Even I've heard stuff.
It's called Super Cartography Brothers. It's actually almost done. FlexStyle is actually going through and doing a couple of mastering passes on all of the songs. There are a couple songs that we're looking at that we might send back to the artist to get adjusted, but for the most part, the album is basically done. So right now, what we're doing is, because the goal of the project is to be a really consistent electronica album with a lot of all of the songs are meant to be used in a club set, but the idea is that we're actually going to put together a set, like a mix of the album ourselves.
That's a great idea.
I think we're getting Global Trance to do it. We might be getting him, or Flex might do it himself. But there's going to be an actual set that's going to be like continuous all the way through of all the songs from the album. And because we are making all of the songs for that set, we have the advantage of making sure that everything is mastered consistently. So that's what Flex is doing right now. He's going through all of the songs, and he's sort of tweaking everything and trying to get the sound that he wants, and a very consistent sound across the board for the album, which I think is going to work out really well. So I actually talked to him on the phone the other day. He called me up, and he was asking me some questions about what we want to do with it, and I said just keep going through it and do what you need to do to make it consistent, and as soon as you're happy with it, then we're good. So we are actually getting really good album art for this album too from RNN. She did the album art for the Apex 2015 album and for the Mega Man 25 album. And Larry has a cheap going across his
Super Mario Brothers, man.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Where did you get that cheap? That's awesome.
Ah, MagFest. Super Mario Brothers. Ooh. No doubt.
Yeah. So yeah, that album actually is coming along. I've been listening to the music from it a lot because Flex has been sending me like some of the the first master and the second master and stuff. I've been listening to it a lot. That's another thing I've listened to. We were at PAX East last week. And
good times.
We were listening to that in the car while we were driving from the hotel to the convention, and we had it going, and we had it like cranked, and we were bumping in the car, and it was really good. So I'm really excited about this album because I had come up with the idea for it many years ago, and we tried to get it off the ground, and then we had to put it away for a while, and then FlexStyle really stepped up, and he's like, let's do it, and he went and he got a whole bunch of people that you don't normally hear on OCR. A lot of different artists are going to be on this album, and he went and he really did a lot of heavy recruitment, and he communicated the idea to everyone really well, so they were very excited about it, and the music is absolutely amazing. Every track I listen to, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for people to hear this, and I can't wait for this to be played on a dance floor and just watch the whole club just go insane, because it's some really awesome stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that you're looking forward to it because it seems like you're looking forward to it if you're asking questions about it. And I think you're really gonna like it. I hope everyone really likes it. It's gonna be really good. Okay. Yeah. So today is Pi Day.
Yes.
3.14 and 1.5. So.
Well, technically, it's past midnight here, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever.
It's 5 a.m. over there.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's.
Well, and also.
Yeah,
what in Europe though, right? So they reverse the month and the day.
Yeah.
When you write it out like that, so you never had Pi Day anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe 3rd of January.
By heart.
In year 415.
Right.
Yeah.
So today's Pi Day. So what are some of your favorite games that have circles, that are like based around circles? It's a weird question.
Well,
I'm gonna go with Kirby. I really like Kirby. Because Kirby's a circle, right?
Sure. This is such a
terrible question.
Well, what a horrible question.
Portal. There you go. Portal has circles.
That's good.
Those are ovals.
No.
Well, yeah.
In Portal 2,
still
there's
have
the
Pi.
round ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
okay.
multiplayer.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I love Super Mario Brothers 3, and there's the enemy Roto Disc that you can only kill with Statue Mario. So, boom.
Whoa.
How is that for obscure?
Wow, that's a deep cut. Very nice.
That is, man. Hey, Mario 3 is the best. All right.
Yeah.
Let's...
So yeah,
cheap.
This is a question for everyone watching out there. Like, since it's Pi Day, what are some of your favorite circles from video games?
What in the... I'm going to be able to answer this question. Okay.
Tweet your answers with the hashtag OCR Talkback.
Oh my
Or
God.
comment on the thing. Anyway, let's continue. There's more questions on the
tweeter.
The tweeter.
So here we go. The eyeball from the Color a Dinosaur game.
What?
Who's ever played Color a Dinosaur?
I played it.
Apparently Tommy Tallarico.
I played it.
Yeah.
I was doing research for my remake that I made.
Nice.
Color a MacGyver. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yep. Color a MacGyver. That's right.
MacGyver. Because the Color a Dinosaur theme dovetails beautifully into the theme from MacGyver. So.
Oh my God.
No, it's true. That's what anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So Zach Shatley, who's asking a lot of questions tonight. Thanks for tuning in, Zach.
Thanks, Zach. Yeah, keep them coming, Zach.
Zach Shatley asks, what music projects are you guys working on, if any? Basically, what are you up to? Ivan, what are you up to musically? What are you working on?
A lot of things, but if there's something I'd like to highlight, yeah, it was announced during MagFest at Super Guitar Bros concert. There's a Chrono Trigger 20th anniversary album in the works, not on OCR, but on the side, and I have a few songs on it.
No,
Very
nice.
cool.
Oh, nice. What's the album name? I know I've seen like some logos, like Sam. Is that what Sam Dillard's on and stuff like that?
Maybe, but Fox Dragon, Nate Horsfall is organizing it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Oh, nice.
We've got almost the entire soundtrack covered, maybe except for one song right now, but there's still time.
Yeah, maybe like Good Night or you know.
Yeah, we have Good Night covered, and I actually offered to do another Good Night cover since I already have one on OCR, but Nate said no. You do something else.
I want to know. Good Night remix on there is the bomb. So good. It's amazing. You have to. It's a bonus cut on there, but I mean, just the fact that they were able to get just a full-fledged song out of it. Is that the sort of something, you know? Is it Good Night or is it Prayer or whatever? Maybe it's Prayer.
Yeah, Prayer. Chronotorious. For Chronotorious, they covered Prayer, and I did Good Night.
Yeah. Okay.
But I also, for this album that's coming out, I also did another jingle from the game.
Oh, awesome.
So we've got all the jingles covered.
Dude, that's awesome.
Chrono Trigger has really good jingles.
Yeah.
It has really good jingles. I really like the jingles in Chrono Trigger. I like when you find one of the little black boxes and it goes beep 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 beep. It's really good. I like that
So
one.
anyway,
It's my favorite one.
that album is gonna be released, I think, in August.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. Because the Japanese anniversary happened already, right?
Yeah, but the American one is August 11th, maybe. I don't know.
Cool. Yeah, no, that sounds right. That sounds right. Sweet.
So I'm working on that, working on a Dwelling of Duels song, and
of course,
PS1 songs for the PS1 album. Yeah, lots of stuff.
Are you on the CEO album?
No, I did check out the games, but
Nothing jumped out.
Nothing jumped out, and maybe
All right, man.
Guilty Gear, but I already did it, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Guilty Gear again.
That's cool, man. I appreciate you helping out with the Apex stuff every year. So.
No problem.
Ken, what are you working on? Anything cool?
Not currently. I mean, basically, I'm just waiting for FF9 and ST3 to come out.
Oh, okay.
Keep waiting, bro.
Yeah.
Keep waiting. No, I think FF9, we're working with Game Art HQ to get more artwork. It's looking amazing. Like, they're awesome.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm thinking, now for me, I'm like, okay, I'm shooting for July to actually hit the 15th anniversary.
Okay.
Because it'll get way more, like, it'll get way more pimpage there. It'll get out there more, tying it in with that. But, so no later than July. But it's going to be pretty hype. So I think July 7th, I think, is the actual day. So that's going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me look. What day of the week is that? I don't know. It is a Tuesday. That's good. Nice. Yeah. So it's early in the week, people will pick it up and, check it out. So to me, that sounds like the ideal day. But yeah. And then SD3, I have no idea. But we finally have the music. We're evaluating it, so we'll see. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that we have that finally. So
yeah,
I know. Considering how many years it's been.
I know,
right? It's a
right?
long-running project. I have a track on there. I have a track on that album, SD3.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
sweet. I didn't know you were on there.
I have a track on it. It's called Little Wing Lady. It's really good. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever done, and it's just
cool.
So.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, you can always revise it.
I'm okay with it, like, not having been out. It's fine, but it's literally like a glimpse into like super old Dark Sword music. It has like the saxophone and everything. Yeah. It's,
Dark sax.
Yeah. It's an old school Dark Sword remix. It's
cool.
It's old.
Yeah.
SO Mike. Oh,
wait,
Larry, you doing anything?
No. I was gonna say. So Ken, you were mentioning like, okay, so those you waiting for those projects to come out, but so you're not batting around anything kind of on the side. Like you had the Magnet Man whip a while ago, and like, is there any other stuff that's kind of maybe you're thinking about or considering?
Oh, I'm always thinking about stuff, particularly the ones that I need to update and things like that. I just haven't been doing a whole lot, unfortunately. There's a lot of life things that are going on right now. So, yep. I'm hoping to get back into it though fairly soon here.
Get up in the cut again. All right, cool. What am I working on? I don't know, just stuff. I mean, for me, mostly I'm kind of the finisher for like these projects, so that's why I'm looking forward to FF9 and Seiken Densetsu 3 dropping. I know Brandon Strader's got Final Fantasy 2 Rebellion. I think we're finished with the eval for that. Now I need to get on that and just like get the tagging done. We're gonna drop that. Hopefully in the next couple of months we're gonna drop that. I'm trying to think. What do I have? Yeah. So we had a project for.
Is it called Dear Esther?
Esther's Dreams.
So. Esther's Dreams. Dear Esther's the game. I'm sorry.
Dear Esther's the game.
Yeah.
We're thinking about it, but Dave doesn't want to do Dear Esther because then it was like, where's the Dear Esther track on it? Like.
Yeah. Also, Dear Esther.
Yeah. And the game name, and there could be some confusion, whatever, blah. But anyway, we did an awesome baby album. Ken's on there.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, baby album action, like a album full of like baby themed songs, like lullabies, kind of more genteel stuff that the community put together in celebration of Dave and his wife Anna having their first child, their daughter Esther. So we're gonna drop that pretty soon. But Esther has I dropped it on Dave finally in December. So he got to check it out then, and he was super hyped, or rather January he was super hyped, and so Esther's been listening to it. She's already liking the stuff, and so we're ready to drop in the community. I know Zyko's like, when are we dropping this, brother? So we're gonna get it out there, soonish. It's gonna drop.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. Yeah, we got a last-minute addition from Emunator from a Kingdom Hearts, so that's going to be added on there as well. So it's got a pretty deep selection. It's got some good stuff. Yeah, nothing else I'm working on. Just I'm site stuff. Got to judge more stuff. You know how it is. It's always busy. So
What am I working on? FF5.
Not FF5 Water.
No, I am working on a track. What's that track? Man, I opened it like yesterday and I was working on it and I was just like, I can't get anywhere with this. I think I need to like pull someone in and help me with this.
Yeah, you need a collaborative partner with you can't think of anyone better than Larry Lair if you need a little, little brown. Yeah, some brown vocals.
It's not gonna work. Oh man, that's not gonna work.
Brown vocals. How will brown vocals not work, man? You have all this.
I've collaborated with you before and it turned out really well. It turned out really well, but I don't think that's the sound I'm looking for this particular track.
I see. Don't like the brown sound.
It's not a reflection on you. It's not fitting my artistic vision. That's all.
Okay, artistic vision. I see.
We will collaborate again on a different track, I think.
Larry, does that mean that if you hold a pitch, you've made a brown note?
Yes. Oh boy. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I think I'm just it's like FF5 musically I'm working on. I have some other stuff. I'm thinking about doing a Steven Universe remix actually.
Sweet.
I really like the music from that. And if you've seen some of the recent episodes, there's been some very musical moments in the show. So if you're a fan of the show, you know what I'm talking about. But there was one song that was on like a couple of days ago that was just
So did you go? Weren't some of Steven Universe team at MagFest and stuff? Were you aware of the show?
I had not watched the show yet.
Oh, what a bummer! I had not watched
the show yet, and then RNN was like, "You have to watch Steven Universe. It's so good." And then I was like, "All right, I'll watch it." And I watched the whole thing and marathoned the whole thing.
Wow.
And, I can't just pick up a show like in the middle and watch it. I have to like go back to the beginning and watch a show.
Sure. Cool.
So yeah, I watched the entirety of Steven Universe up to and I started watching it as it was coming out, and then I'm a huge fan of it now. I love it. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing some Steven Universe remixes. It's gonna be cool, or at least one. So we'll figure it out if it's gonna work.
Cool.
Let's see. ESO Mike on YouTube asks, is there a game where you guys hate/dislike a song or an entire soundtrack? He goes by Super Cool Mike on OCR. Any games where you guys just didn't like a song or really dislike the whole soundtrack? Or
Wow.
Wow.
I think I was actually talking about it with somebody in IRC a few days ago, but I can't remember right now.
There are not that many games like that. Here's the thing, right? There are a ton of games with bad soundtracks, but usually the games are pretty horrible as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of,
I just remembered Final Fantasy VII World Map theme. I hate it.
Wow. That's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
You should try and arrange it. That's crazy. Just to fight.
For some reason, I can't stand it. I listened to 5 seconds of it and I turned it off.
Idea.
Yeah. When I played FF7, when I first heard it, I was like, I hate this, and I muted the game and just played rock songs.
Wow. That's insane.
I almost want to. Wow.
I'm gonna go with the special stage theme from Sonic 2.
I
can't stand that song, and I remixed it.
I can see why you don't like it, but
it's so harsh sounding. It's like, I can't listen to it.
I think in that same game there's what's that the gray Green Hills knockoff later in the game? I can't remember the name of
the Hilltop Zone.
Maybe, yeah. The one that starts out with that
Yeah.
I hate that one.
Oh my god, man! I love that song.
No, I'm sure the rest of the song is fine, but that stupid thing.
Our
Is
harmonica
opening?
style, yeah. That bendy harmonica thing, yeah.
Wow.
It's just
I know.
annoying.
I know. This is like crazy, right? And the thing is, I love Sonic 2, and I love the rest of the soundtrack for Sonic 2. It's just that one song, the Special Stage theme, which I don't like, and that's the one I remixed.
No, I was gonna say there should be like an album called like Love Hate Relationship. You
just pick a song you hate and remix it.
Yeah, it's a cool concept. Turn it into something you like.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Well, that's what I did with Dreamback, because because there is something in the Special Stage 2 theme song that I like in Special Stage from Sonic 2, but it's just like. I don't know. I think it's like the FM synthesis that they're using for the Genesis is using, and it's the sounds, and it's just like it sounds so harsh and weird. But then, like if you break out the melody, it actually is a kind of a nice melody, and if you mess with the chords a little bit. So I mean that's what I did. But I don't know. I don't want to say I made it better because I don't think remixing is about making a song better. It's just about doing something different. Mm-hmm. But I gotta say, I would rather listen to my own remix than the original. Or I would rather listen to anyone's remix of that song than the original, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. I've got it. I've got one. There's a couple. Like I love the Streets of Rage 3 soundtrack, but some of the random programming stuff that was in there is no good. Yeah. But I mean that's about it. It's not like I hate it, like I can't stand it. I can actually withstand a lot of punishment from those songs. But I mean some of them are just completely random with just no discernible direction, and so they sound pretty garbagey. But it's still a vastly underrated soundtrack. Like 1 and 2 get all this love, and 3 gets no love. I don't know why. It's phenomenal. I love it. I can't think, but honestly, like I'm trying to kind of circle back because when you mention stuff like Final Fantasy VII, Sonic 2, like games with pretty universal music appeal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back and dig back, like anything in like Street Fighter or Mario, and I can't think of anything I would say I disliked in a lot those series.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm coming up empty, man. I'm trying to like GoldenEye, like. I don't. Yeah. Nah, man.
I mean, I dislike most of the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack. One Winged Angel, I also hated. So yeah.
Now,
you might have mentioned
not like One Winged Angel because of the song itself, or do you not like it because so many people kind of just lionize it and
I don't like it as a song. It's just choirs and strings and it's stupid. It's
stupid.
You
just don't like the song. Okay. Yeah. Because I recognize that it's a really well written piece of music, but I'm sick of it. I just can't listen to it anymore. And I honestly I don't think it's as good as people seem to think it is. I don't know. I don't know. That's how I feel about One Winged Angel.
Hurts so good.
It feels weird to be just saying negative stuff about VGM since we're trying to celebrate VGM with OCR, but I don't know. I mean, I guess that's good because it's because you can dislike music. You can just dislike music without saying I don't like it because it's VGM, right? It's like
sure. I'm celebrating VGM that I like.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
And I like a lot of VGM.
Yeah. So on that note, Arturo Adam on Twitter asks, what OSTs are you looking forward to from future games? Mine are MGS5, Metal Gear Solid 5, and Bloodborne. So any OSTs that you guys are looking forward to from future games that are coming out?
Shovel Knight 2.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight 2.
What's doing next?
Yeah.
Is that announced?
No.
No, but it's gonna happen. You know it.
No, there's the Plague Knight DLC coming up, but I don't think Vert wrote any new music for.
Oh, I was about to ask if there was any new music on that. that'd be cool if there were one or two things, but yeah, I mean, Jake seems hella busy, so I could see why there wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Well, he's got this new project for like a 3D music game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a virtual reality.
What is it?
It's virtual reality. There's like it's like a VR kind of game.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Is it Nuren.
N-U-R-E-N.
N-U-R-E-N. Nuren.
I think it got like funded like within the first few 30 minutes or so.
It got funded on the last day, I think.
Was it the last day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday or 2 days ago.
Are you about to throw down in there, or like you're like what?
No, I must have been confusing it with
What
something
is it?
else. Maybe Nathan Fillion's thing. That's probably what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Super hyped about that kind of music. So, like, I know with Project Phoenix. So Uematsu's working on that main theme. There's some stuff some stuff that they're looking at. So that's pretty hype. And then I know there was a Dale North and Hiroki Kikuta Kickstarter, but it's kind of lagged. Like it's not getting the fun. It's called Unraveled. There's like 6 days left, but it's very modest. Like it's only looking for 15,000 right now. They're at 3,500. So I don't know what's going on. Because Hiroki Kikuta and Dale North on the same project. That's pretty awesome. But I don't know what's going on with this Kickstarter. But anybody can check that out. Unraveled, Tale of the Shipbreaker's Daughter. It's an adventure RPG. Look that up and take a look at that. See if you want to support it.
Yeah.
Another Kickstarter one would be Americana Dawn.
Americana Dawn.
Are they bringing that back?
That Kickstarter failed.
No, they keep on getting better and better results from the Kickstarter.
But have they brought it back?
I don't know if they've done it yet.
They did one Kickstarter and it didn't make it.
They've done two.
Funded. Oh,
they've done two. Yeah.
Funded. I did the second one then and it didn't get funded. But
yeah, so did I.
But Sam already released the music for that game.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's working on it still. A little bit.
Yeah, I mean he's selling Americana Dawn album on Bandcamp. So.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I am very excited for it to become an actual OST for a game that's out.
Yeah, I agree. It has a very Hamauzu vibe. It feels a lot like Saga Frontier 2. So if you like Saga Frontier 2, then
I do.
You gotta hit up that soundtrack, Americana Dawn.
I do.
It's so Saga Frontier 2. It's amazing.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Persona 5. It's Persona. Shoji Meguro is amazing, and I'm playing Persona 3 right now on my Vita, and the music is so good. And I love Persona 4's soundtrack, and I recently went through the entire story mode for Persona 4 Arena. And he did all the music for that, and so like awesome rock remixes of the stuff from Persona 4, Persona 3. So Persona 5 soundtrack, I'm really looking forward to it. Because the music is such an important part of Persona's identity. It's such a unique. There's no other game sounds like Persona in terms of soundtrack. So Shoji Meguro just does an amazing job with those soundtracks. So I'm really looking forward for what he's going to do with Persona 5.
And I was just speaking of fives, Street Fighter 5. I'm very interested in what the music is there, and obviously there'll be a lot of arrangements, stuff like that. I'm wondering if they're going to have a new composer kind of take over the reins now that the 4 series is a wrap. Just always Street Fighter music has always been strong.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see what direction they go in for 5. Absolutely. So I can't wait for that.
The thing with Street Fighter is with Street Fighter 4, I think they kind of played it really safe. Because it was a lot of arrangements, and it was kind of just like very accessible electronic stuff. Whereas, with Street Fighter 3, especially Third Strike, Street Fighter 3 has a very specific sound to it. You know what I'm saying? Like the musical identity is very strong for Street Fighter 3. It's very that kind of like DJ urban kind of vibe to it.
And that really came together though for Third Strike. Like if you look at New Generation or Second Impact, I mean, I wasn't feeling those.
No, not at all.
Very much.
So once you hit Third Strike, it kind of everything sort of came together. You know, because you had like even like just the whole sound design of the game. Like you had the announcer and you had the music, and it was very kind of like urban hip hop feel to it.
Yeah. And there was a synergy.
Yeah. It wasn't hip hop music, but it was like more like it had like a really like an urban vibe with like the DJ stuff and like this like club stuff, and it was really cool. And then Street Fighter 4 kind of really played it safe with very melodic electronic music, and I wonder what they're going to do for 5. Are they going to try and do something really off the wall like they did with 3, or are they going to play it safe again with like what they did with 4?
Who knows?
All banjos.
Banjo. It's all banjo music. That would be very daring.
There's a guy on YouTube.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube doing banjo-only covers of VGM.
Oh, awesome.
What's the channel?
Guy. Banjo Guy Ollie.
Oh, okay.
O-L-L-E. O-L-L-I-E. Yeah, I think.
Ollie.
Interesting, yeah.
Ollie.
Banjo Guy Ollie. Yeah, cool, man. Definitely need to look that up.
Yeah.
Speaking of banjo, Project Ukulele.
Oh, yeah. Grant Kirkhope was Facebooking that. He's pretty excited. So, yeah, Project Ukulele, man. Some X-Rare staffers.
Is that X-Ray? Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a
spiritual sequel.
Successor to Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Project Ukulele. That's awesome. That's just awesome.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah. I wonder what they're going to call that. Well, hopefully something happens. I mean, what was that other project that didn't get off the ground? What was the name of that one? Like Jang, or like, I don't know. I don't remember. It was something. I don't know. You know, I don't know. Whatever. I don't remember because it was like a tongue-in-cheek code name, but it didn't get off the ground. But hopefully this, everything is going to be looking good with Project Ukulele.
Yeah.
I think that's across.
Yeah. And anything with Grant Kirkhope would be tight.
Yeah. I don't know if he's actually doing the composing for it though.
He may. I mean, you never know.
Kind of wishy-washy on that.
Hey man, you got to play the game. Even if it's not a full boat. I mean, if it's X-Rare, I mean, there's plenty of there's plenty of people you could pull from, whether it's like him or Graham Norgate or David Wise. So
yeah, absolutely.
But what about the return of Eveline Fisher? That'd be pretty awesome. So Novakovic, that'd be pretty sweet. Have her do some stuff. Anyway, what's our next question? What do we got?
So I'm going over to YouTube real quick. DJ JD asks, how'd PAX East go, by the way? Smiley face. Bro, we met your bro.
Yeah, we met your older brother.
JD is Jacob Diaz. He's a remixer on Overclock Remix, and we met his brother at PAX East, which was kind of cool.
And which is sweet because, Joe was like, oh, I'm here at PAX, and, and I know my brother's doing this stuff, and I wanted to kind of check out the OC Remix panel and kind of get a little more insight into sort of the world that Jake is in. And so when he was like, oh, yeah, I'm Jacob's older brother, and I'm just like, oh, what the hell, man? Yeah, man. Jake Diaz, that's awesome as hell. And he's like, and he's like shocked that I know, and I'm like, of course I know, he's freaking awesome. So like, that's great. I love it because it's kind of the same. And so Joe was kind of like, oh man, this kind of because it's like mega skeptical. He's just like, oh, it's really cool because I didn't know. That there are people out there that know what my brother's doing, and so this is really cool. It's a really cool affirmation, and it kind of reminds me of the time where my wife Paige met Big Giant Circle's dad on a flight randomly.
Really?
Yeah, randomly. So they just they got to talking, and he was asking about me, just kind of what's your husband do, that kind of stuff. Oh, he's into video game music, la la la. And he goes, oh, well, my son is into that, and this is before Jimmy got like Mass Effect and stuff like that. So Small World Page is like, yeah, Jimmy, yeah, we know Jimmy, and so his dad thought that was really cool, and it really validated a lot of that because
it's
like,
legitimized
I need somebody they know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the same level, yeah, DJ JD is awesome. You know, he's a young up and coming stud, music stud.
The
So,
young bloods.
Young bloods, yep. Hungry. So that was cool, man. Your brother's awesome, man. And he looks a lot like Zoltan, the legendary Zoltan. It's true, man. They could be brothers. They could be brothers, man. I don't know what Jake looks like, but they could be him. But Zoltan and Joe could be brothers, or at least cousins. You know, for sure.
A cloud of weeping lily pollen is unleashed.
That's right.
Love that song. It's the greatest song ever. It's so good.
Yeah.
Harvard descent.
Yo, that kind of so Jake's tongue-in-cheek question kind of ties into Phoenix Downs on Twitter. He says, any stories or memories from the recent conventions, MagFest, Apex, PAX East, that you would like to share? So maybe we'll make that quick.
I don't know if we can make it quick. I can talk about Apex for a little.
Go. What did you say, Ken? You're making fun of
I said that I couldn't go. That's my memory of it.
I know, man. I couldn't go to Mag either, so it's all right, bro. We'll feel the pain together. So we can hug or spoon, spoon and comfort.
Oh,
but no, sure. Go ahead, man.
Oh yeah. So Apex. I don't know how many people were following what was going on with Apex aside from like what we did with the album.
Hit him with the Reader's Digest.
The Reader's Digest version. Okay, so. Basically, what happened was we went out to Apex.
What is Apex for the people that don't know?
Oh, you guys should know already. But anyway, Apex is a fighting game tournament, biggest Smash tournament in the world. That's like the one that you want to go to if you're a competitive Smash player. In any case, we do the album every year for it. We did Apex 2015. This is the moment this year. And because it's in New Jersey, they actually give us a merch table, and me and a bunch of other OCR staffers go out to the event every year and run a merch table and play music and talk to players and stuff and have a lot of fun. So this year we drove up. It was me, Dia, Flex, Jarrell, and Nabil. And we drove up Friday morning to the hotel where it was at in Secaucus, New Jersey. And we get there, and to make a very long story way shorter, basically, we couldn't go in because the tournament was being shut down due to structural damage to the hotel from the snowstorm that happened earlier in the week.
Yeah, part of the parking garage.
Part of the parking garage collapsed. Yeah, collapsed, and it caused structural damage to the ballroom, and so we couldn't actually go that day. So. The fire marshals had come, and they had found a whole host of other problems with the hotel. It turned out the hotel was just like a flea bag, and there was a lot of structural damage in the rooms that was not related to the snowstorm, and they were like, you can't have this tournament here, and so...
You can't have anything here.
You can't have anything here, and I believe the manager of the hotel was arrested, so it was that bad. And so Twitch basically stepped up and rented out the Garden State Exhibit Center, which, interestingly enough, is a really nice exhibit center, convention center, right next to the hotel that they had Apex at last year. So the next day we went out there and we set up our booth, and we had Flexstyle was blasting music, and we were running a merch table, and we had a Wii U set up with Smash Brothers for Wii U with a custom map called Smashketball, and it was really fun because if you could beat Nabil at Smashketball, then you would win a copy of last year's album, which was really fun. So we actually had a lot of like pro players coming and playing with us and checking out the album and checking out the music. So it was really cool. And and then
and they were
Sunday,
calling it a mixtape. Right?
Yeah, they were calling it a mixtape. It was really funny. But yeah, I think it was a really fun weekend after all of the initial craziness died down, and after Twitch stepped up and kind of saved the day, saved the weekend. We also did an after party. Flex is a DJ, and he was actually the reason he was there was because he was hired to do the after party for Apex by Twitch. And so the after party had to be moved because it was originally going to be in the hotel's restaurant up in Secaucus, but because the venue changed, we had to do it somewhere else. So Twitch found a really nice diner. New Jersey's filled with really awesome diners. So they found a really nice diner that was very close to the convention center. And they rented it out for the night in order to do the after party. So we got there Sunday night around 10 p.m. And Flex sets up, and no one is there for the party because they're all still at Apex watching the finals for I think for Melee or Brawl or something. And so Flex was hired to DJ from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning. So he starts DJing to an empty room. It's like him, and then it's me, Jarrell, and Dia, and we're eating pancakes because it's a diner, and that's what you do at a diner. You eat pancakes. Finally, around 11:30-ish, the Twitch guys show up, and they start setting up for the actual party. They start moving tables around. They're bringing in cases and cases and cases of alcohol. They set up beer pong at one of the tables.
Awesome.
They have some game consoles set up on like the sides so people can play Smash during the party or whatever. So they were setting it up, and I'm absolutely sure that it was going to be an amazing party if anyone showed up. So around 12 o'clock, 12:30, there was a group of vendors that were at Apex that finally showed up. It was like this one table, and it was a bunch of people. Really awesome group of people. There were like 20-somethings, young folks. I can say young folks because I'm 31 years old. So, but you know, they were really cool, and they were
Tell them, old man.
I know, and they were really cool, and they were like fans of OCR. So we were sitting with them, and we were talking about video game music and Apex and all the craziness of the weekend, and it was awesome. And you know, we were all like having fun and listening to the music that Flex was playing, but like there was literally like no one else at this party. And then around 2 o'clock in the morning, we were like, we have to, like around 2:30, we were like, we have to go because the weather was awful. It was like snowing really hard all night, and I had to drive everyone back to my house, and it was like a 20-mile drive. So we load up the car, and I'm driving back, and I'm driving like half the speed limit the whole way, because the snow is just awful, and I'm driving in this snow, and I'm just trying to like not like kill everyone in the car. And Flex is from Phoenix, so they don't get snow, so he's just like, wow, this is amazing. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's amazing, but it's also really dangerous. And the whole ride home, I'm actually talking out loud so that I can stay awake, and so that like I can keep everyone like at ease. I'm talking out loud about like how I'm driving in the snow, what I'm doing, like why I'm stopping so early, you know, what you need to do when you turn. Basically, trying to give Flex the whole like this is how you drive in snow like this. And so we got home around like 3:40, and then I quickly tweeted out to like all of the people that we met at the party on the OCR Wings Twitter, hey, we made it home, we're safe, we're not dead. And we're gonna. It was like 3:40 in the morning, and we got back to my house, and we all just crashed. But it was a really, really, really fun weekend, and it was really cool. A very hectic, crazy weekend. It was very weird, but we had a good time.
Yeah, hopefully one year I can make it out to one of those, because I mean, Apex is
you should try to come out next year. It's always a weird. Yeah. So, but it was good. Hopefully they can do that place again next year, because it was. It's a really good space. It's like the kind of space you want to have an event that big. There were a lot of people, and to have it at a hotel like they've been doing, it just doesn't work. It's too crowded. It just doesn't work. So.
What is it? Now I know we could talk about other events, but just to kind of loop everybody in, we can kind of come back to it. But
sure.
Are there any other questions? I see some on the Twitter, but I don't know if you got YouTube first. If you want to hit that, we got one from. Well, while you're looking at that, I'll just say real quick. So we got a new one from Clinton, who just followed us on the OC Remix Twitter. So thanks, Clinton. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Is there any new Sonic the Hedgehog hip hop tracks? Are there any new Sonic hip hop tracks to look forward to, or any Sega franchises with hip hop remixes? You know, I don't know of any right now. Nothing in the pipeline at the moment. That said, I'm sure there will be some.
Tuesday's working on one.
You want to check out the Zone Runners.
That's true. Good point. Thank you very much. Sorry, when you said new, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay, Clinton, go to overclockrecords.com. On the front page, there's Triple Troubles by the Zone, brand new EP of Sonic the Hedgehog rap, hip hop arrangements. By the Zone Runners.
Larry.
Good night.
Larry.
Good night.
Larry. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I hear that.
What is that?
I don't know. Good night. I'm in the middle of answering this question. All right. So what is it? I don't know. There's like a. Well, we're at the apartment complex, and there's like a truck or something, and there's like loud smashing noises, and we have no idea what it is.
Okay.
But, so she's like, "What is that?" I don't know. Like, so, but I'm answering about Zone Runners. So, Troublemakers, overclockrecords.com, and hi Paige, and and if you check that out, there's another album up by the Zone Runners, their title album called Zone Runners, and it's covering basically all the main Sonic series. There's also a little there's like Sonic and Knuckles. There's some just check it out, man.
It's mostly like Genesis focused. It's mostly like old school Sonic games. There's some new stuff, but and those albums are for sale. They're fully licensed and they're for sale because it's on Overclock Records. But you can listen to the entirety of those albums on SoundCloud for free. You can stream them for free on SoundCloud. So I would highly recommend checking them out if you like Sonic music and you like hip hop, because like Zone Runners is the that's exactly what you want. Sonic the Hedgehog hip hop, and it's also not just it's not just hip hop with Sonic the Hedgehog music. It's the lyrics are about the zones and about Sonic the Hedgehog stuff. So the lyrics are very relevant to the games too. So if you are a fan of the games, there's a lot of game references. And the albums actually also kind of tell a story too. So they're really good as albums, not just as individual songs.
Definitely, yeah. And if you need a sample, and I'm assuming Clinton. I mean, maybe just I'm inferring, but it sounds like you're aware that we have some, Sonic hip hop on OC Remix already. So hopefully you saw this past Halloween we posted Graveyard Theory by the Zone Runners as a free OC remix, and that so if you haven't heard of the Zone Runners yet, you can check that out and get a sense of their style. And again, like Shark was alluding to, all the lyrics kind of tie into not just the original characters that the Zone Runners kind of rap about with themselves, but the Sonic universe, the zones, the worlds that are there. So definitely check all of that out. It's pretty sweet. Nothing else that I could think of offhand though, but Zone Runners, I mean, is plenty. So Halsey, Digi Valentine, Sir Jordanius, it's a great project. So that's plenty right there. Cool, man. Hit the next question, or you can talk about one of the other conventions or what have you.
Larry, you got any PAX East stories? Any interesting PAX East stories? I mean, I was there with you, but you were running around by yourself too.
Oh no, I mean, I'll just say quick. I mean, excellent turnouts for the OC Remix panel and the other panel that was a part of the universality of video game music. With the OCR panel, I mean, it's sweet. We're doing our usual thing, talking, what's been happening on the site. We also had to have a Street Fighter 1 competition to give out prizes. The Street Fighter 1 competition, it was sweet. If you look up OC Remix Street Fighter 1, you can see the fourth contestant that we had who was able to actually win the match. And of course, for anybody that's knows what Street Fighter 1 is about, the controls are super janky. You can't do anything. Like, even if you do the inputs correctly, the game doesn't necessarily make it work. So you're trying to do fireballs and dragon punches and hurricane kicks, and you can't, even if you do it perfect, sometimes it won't come out. So the challenge was you had to either throw a fireball or a dragon punch to win prizes. Like, if you throw a fireball, you get one prize. You get a dragon punch, you get an even better prize. And if you can actually win your match, then you get an even awesomer prize, which was a copy of Balance and Ruin from the Kickstarter, physical 5-disc copy. And but it was awesome, man. The crowd was super hyped, and just, again, these moves are so impossible, so if even like one move came out, which would rarely happen, the crowd's just like, oh! So
yeah, the crowd was really electric. I was really, I loved the energy of the crowd during that whole competition. They were just like, anytime something came out, they're just like, the whole room just erupted in cheers. It was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah. And so yeah, I mean, if again, look up you got to go by like upload date. You know, check for recency. But if you do Street Fighter and then see remix, you'll see a clip of some of that footage. It's pretty awesome. And the universality of video game music panel went great. You know, just a cavalcade of video game music. You know, superstars on there. You know, people just enthusiasts. So Patrick Kulikowski, hosted it. Him and Brett Elston. Brett Elston from Capcom and VG Empire. Kind of put the whole deal together. And then Amanda Lepre from Descendants of Erdrick. Elisa Menez, Shota Nakama, and myself were on there. And, just talking about why video game music is awesome, kind of where it's going, hopefully where we want it to go in the future. Great attendance there, and obviously just chatting with people that are fans of OC Remix after the fact, outside of the panels, was great, man. PAX East is sweet, man. It was cold, but great, good times were had by all.
Yeah, so, it was cold, but the weather was not actually bad. It was nice and sunny.
It wasn't oppressive. We'll put it that way. It was cold, so Yeah. But good times. Clinton says thanks for the reply, by the way. So he says love the Graveyard Theory track, so sick.
Yeah,
so
make sure you hit that whole hit both of those albums, man. They're so good. They're so good.
Hit that out, man.
We were listening to Zone Runners on the way back from PAX East, the first album.
Nice.
It was just like. Especially that Stardust Zone soundtrack is so sing-along. It's just, what's going on? It's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to, I don't know if it'll happen soon, but Sir Jordanius was emailing with me like, I'm considering moving to Atlanta, so I'm like, this is great. So hopefully he will. That'd be really cool, because I definitely want to hang with him some more. He's in Georgia, but he's not, super close. So that'd be really badass if he can, get in the Atlanta area. That'd be tight.
Georgia,
yeah,
the
man.
country, Georgia, the state.
Georgia, the state. I don't live in Georgia, the country, but that's
that
true.
reminds me of there is a great joke in an episode of Community where they're doing like a model UN, and Troy, Donald Glover, gets the country of Georgia. Right? So he starts doing like a southern Georgia accent, and they're like, no, Troy, no, the country of Georgia. And he's like, I know it's the country of Georgia, and he starts listing facts about the country of Georgia in the like Atlanta accent. It's so good. And it's just like, wait, I love that show.
Pretty sweet. Hey, any other questions on there?
Let's see. I know Casutala asks, did you talk about 7 songs for 7th Saga yet? The best thing in VG arrangement yet? Yes, we did. We did talk about it a little bit earlier in the beginning of the episode. But Larry, I don't think you were here for that.
Well, I'll just say real quick. I mean, Seb did. Sebastian Frage, Arrows, did an amazing job with this album. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, when I get some more free time, I'm definitely going to be looking to, share word of it with people that are more not outside of the video game, journalism community, but the classical music journalism, community, because this is something that definitely needs to be heard, from those audiences as well, and it's a great entry point for video game music. I think even in the the gamer scene, a lot of people don't know 7th Saga, so it's a really great entry point for people to check out 7th Saga if they don't know it, as a gamer. But in the classical music realm, it's a great vehicle to check out what video game, what video game music is capable of.
Right, and the substance that exists in video game music.
Larry,
absolutely.
Classical.org.
Yeah, no, I mean, and thank you for that. I'll hit there. I'm gonna hit everywhere. Gramophone. The print magazines.
Classic FM.
No, Classic FM. NPR. I mean, you never know who will pick it up, but it's definitely something that needs to be heard. And the video component, that Sebastian pulled off is just phenomenal. So, right. I mean, that alone is just like, wow, I don't believe it. You know what I mean? I couldn't
think,
believe it just seeing the videos.
And I said this at our PAX East panel when we were talking about it, but this is probably the most educational album that OC Remix has ever put out, because it comes with sheet music, and it also has these videos. Every single track on the album has this video, which is basically a play-along video. So if you are a musician, an instrumentalist, you can play along with the video because the music, like the staff notation, the music is right there in front of you, and it's I think it's amazing. You know what I mean? Jose, you know, especially, you know, put the video together. I think it was based on Dave's concept. I think was that how it worked? It was like Dave came up with the concept of how the video was going to work, and
well, Seb came up with the videos, and then going with that, Dave and Jose wanted to make the presentation even better, and so they kind of came up with more adding the color scheme and also making the doing a little bit more live of a flow of the sheet music, timing it with the live performance. Because before it was like it was a line that would just kind of move over, and jut over. But Jose was able to actually scroll it in time with the actual notes playing. So the interactivity is just a lot tighter. It's a lot better of a presentation.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole package is just amazing.
And it's only 7 songs. It's 18 minutes total. Yeah. So it's super digestible, and you can recommend it to anybody to check out. And you know, whether or not they even bother with the performance components and the sheet music, it's a great listen. You know, regardless.
Yeah, it's just really gorgeous to listen to. But you know, I think if you're out there and you are, if you're like in music education or something, this is definitely something you can show your students. If you're a music teacher or something. I have a friend, she's a music teacher, and I sent this to her, and she was just like, wow, this is awesome. So hopefully we start seeing people sort of spread this around. I think it was awesome, and it's just a really wonderful album.
Oh, yeah.
That reminds me, Larry, another good place to promote would be with the MENC. It's the Music Educators, whatever NC stands for. Like every state has their own version of it. Like Oregon has the OMEA, or the OMEA, the Oregon Music Educators Association.
Yeah.
So those kind of groups.
Yeah, they've changed their name actually because the MENC is the Music Educators National Conference. Now it's the National Association for Music Education.
Yeah. So definitely hitting up those guys would be great because sheet music is their stock and trade.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hey, man. See, this is why you talk for anybody that's like, you know, networking or how do you get stuff out there. Talk openly about it. Then people like Ken who know, you know, they have more information than you have. They go, oh, I know a guy. I know a thing. Always talk openly about what you're working on, what you're sharing, what you want to share. So people will help you. You know, people are nice. So. Do that!
Yeah.
Super excited. Thank you, Ken, man. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Sweet. The knowledge!
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions, homeboy?
I don't think we have any other questions. Anorak's had a couple of tweets. I mentioned, you know, favorite circles from video games, and Anorak said, Waka 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 Pac-Man, he's a circle, sort of. He also, going back to our discussion about Pi Day, he said, wouldn't the fictional 31st of April be Pi Day in Europe, 31/4/15? I guess so.
So they've got one coming up, I guess.
No, they don't. There's no April 31st.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Fictional day.
And also, he was asking me when I was talking about Steven Universe music. He said, "Are you talking about Garnet's song?" Yes, I am talking about Garnet's song. It's called "Stronger Than You," and it's sung by the voice actress of Garnet, who is Estelle, and it's amazing. Check it out on SoundCloud. Absolutely, just go listen to it. But I think we actually are out of questions for Talkback.
We're out of time.
We're not out of time, but we are out of questions.
No, we gotta go.
But yeah, I think we're gonna try and continue to do Talkbacks on Saturday night instead of Friday night.
Oh, hooray!
Friday nights have been very busy for me lately, not just because of conventions and stuff, but
I've been
my
dying, dude.
social life is blowing up a little bit, so which is good for me, but bad for Talkback. So we're moving Talkback over to Saturday nights. Hopefully,
Hey, cool.
It's a lot easier when we get on Saturday nights.
Yeah, Saturday nights
true.
I think are easier for people. So
That's true. Yeah. No, good point. Good point.
we might move it a little bit earlier, but 9 o'clock is kind of where it's going to sit right now. So we'll see what happens. So let's do like plugs and promotions and stuff, and then we'll close it out. So Ivan, you got anything you want to promote?
No, let me think.
All right.
Well, what I always promote, Dwelling of Duels,
Yes.
SNK month.
SNK month.
And if you haven't already listened to the previous month's entries, it was Brevity month, songs shorter than a minute. So you can listen to all of them in half an hour.
Nice.
But there was some
let's get some Samurai Showdown remixes this
Yeah.
month. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, last month there's some amazing songs like MIDI did Donkey Kong Country 2,
Yeah.
like Celtic style, pirate style.
Nice.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, nice,
Amazing.
dude.
Yeah.
For SNK month, it's not just going to be all like Akari Warriors and stuff, right? Like people are actually going to go to the fighting games, right?
Yeah, we've been promoting everything, like from Neo Turf Masters to King of Fighters.
Dude, I want to see some World Heroes, man. Like, I love that
I
series.
think
man.
we even posted about it. Yeah, Polestar has an amazing soundtrack.
World Heroes, baby. That was underrated, man. I love it. I don't care if it's like a total knockoff, like Street Fighter. I don't give it. Yeah, it was sweet. I loved it.
I want to see some Metal Slug too. Yeah.
Oh, someone will get some Metal Slug in there. Yeah.
Classic.
I'm seriously gonna watch some World Heroes like playthrough videos after the show's over. I don't care. I'm doing it.
Yeah. If anyone happens to be working on an SNK song that has live instruments, send them over.
Yeah. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Ken, anything you want to promote?
Like always, the OCR Minecraft server. It's been a little bit sparse lately, but it's still available for people who want to play Minecraft. Information is on the OCR forums.
Okay, cool.
I might need to bump the thread, but it is there.
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
Also, I just got an IMDb page.
Oh,
sweet.
I saw that. Yeah.
So that was a little vanity project.
That's nice.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Larry.
Oh, bro, I never have nothing going on. Are you serious? Like,
wanna promote anything?
oh yeah, no. Well, we talked about Seb's 7th Saga album, so of course 7songs.ocremix.org. Do check that out. Overclockedrecords.com. Get that. Lots of original albums and video game soundtracks that you can pick up. Support artists within the OC Remix and broader video game music community. And a little bit of the sale goes to also help fund ocremix.org. So definitely support it there. There's some great bundles on the front in the Discover section. Right on the front page, you can see lots of bundled playlists for different stuff. Like Twitch streaming. There's like cosplay rave, but more energetic stuff. 8-bit nostalgia. So check those out. You get some near like 50% discounts. You can snag like five or more albums at once for like just ridiculous prices. So snag it, support it. Overclockrecords.com, and I'm trying to think what else.
Patreon.
Cheap. Oh well, I wasn't gonna ask for more funds, but cheap, and OC Remix on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/OCRemix if you want to support it. $1 a month you get updates, $5 per month you get a free download from overclockrecords.com each month, and you get the updates. 100. If you're crazy and rich, you can be a sponsor, and we pimp you everywhere. So you're pimped on the main page of ocremix.org. Every time we do mailouts, we pimp you out, but also you get to, you get prioritized Q&A response with us. So if you have questions that you have, or also topics that you want to see on OCR Talkback, let us know, and we'll definitely talk about that. So if you want to talk about, say, like if I were a sponsor of World Heroes, how amazing fighting is, so how Mudman is just an amazing, cool character, and it's awesome, then you can do that. So anyway, that's it. I mean, we got lots of good stuff on OCRemix.org coming up. I do recommend checking out Me and Mario Down by the Schoolyard by FF Music DJ and Jeffrey Tosser. So an unlikely collab duo in an unlikely genre. So in a Paul Simon style, it's pretty sweet. So definitely check that out.
It's very Paul Simon.
Yeah, remix number 3100. So we're getting way up there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do the
check it out. Oh God, yeah, we sure do.
Gotta yell at Dave.
We sure do.
Are you good, Larry? Or should I go now?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, real quick, I forgot to read this comment on YouTube. Sean Roberts, about an hour ago. I don't know if you're still watching, Sean, but if you are, thank you for still watching, but thank you for tuning in earlier. He says, working on an apocalyptic version of Terra's theme from Final Fantasy VI on guitar. I realized that a lot of RPGs use the element of minoring a theme like John Williams does in his themes. Hopefully I can post it to OC Remix. Yeah, hopefully you can, man. It's like, work on that, submit it. It's looking forward to it. We have a ton of Terra remixes, but that doesn't mean that we don't want more. So, if you want to do a Terra remix, even though we have a million Terra remixes, please do it, submit it. We would be happy to look at it and evaluate it and hopefully post it. What do I want to plug? I want to plug, obviously, Overclock Remix, and obviously I want to plug the Mega Man 25 soundtrack, For Everlasting Peace, 25 Years of Mega Man. I don't know where my physical copy is, but you can get it at MM25.
One of your unpacked boxes.
No, it's actually, I think it's on a shelf back there. So it's mm25.ocremix.org. It's a fully licensed album that we did with Capcom. Proceeds go to support the site and actually pay all the remixers who are on the album, so that's kind of cool. You can get the physical version, or you can buy it on iTunes or Amazon MP3 or CD Baby. I kind of don't recommend buying it on CD Baby because the metadata is jacked to hell. So buy it on iTunes and buy it on Amazon MP3, or buy it on CD Baby if you don't care about metadata. I don't care.
Yeah, if you don't care about metadata, you're in luck.
But yeah, follow OC Remix on Twitter at OC Remix. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. We're gonna try and do talkbacks more often. Apologize about not having done one in a really long time.
No problem. We're back in the game, baby.
We're trying to get back in the game. It's just been very busy. A lot of conventions early in the year. Social life stuff blowing up. Friday's not really a good day. We're going to try and move it to Saturdays, like I said before. So thank you for tuning in, if you tuned in. And if you're watching this after the fact, thank you for watching.
This is number 50, isn't it?
This is number 50. It's Talkback number 50. Talkback number 50, son of Talkback.
5-0.
Yeah. Hawaii 5-0.
Son of Talkback.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's what it's called, Son of Talkback.
Lovely.
Yeah, so Talkback Season 2. Let's go with that.
All right.
Season 2 of Talkback.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, that's it. I guess we're done. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Ken, Larry, Yvonne. Also thanks to Steve-O and Will for joining in earlier. And, yeah, so good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.
До свидания!